What's going on, everyone? So, as you know, I am filming this actually during the week where I'm uploading a video every single day. And that's because I got a lot going on. Um, Not just this project, but the other project, the Eyeball Xbox, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I'm not just gonna leave this one at part 8. um, I guess by the time you're seeing this one, you're seeing all the other 5 videos. Anyway, basically I'm not fully assembling this one until I give it at least several days to fully cure. As you can see, we've got the triple glaze, or triple thick glaze, clear coat over this. It's looking really nice. I want to let it cure for several days, and then as you know, we're using this bottom piece that I painted quite a while back. So that should look really nice. But today we're going to start off with opening some packages. Okay, so starting off, one that I have already opened. As you know, we've got our budget Xbox, and then I wanted to redo my personal One S. I talked about doing an inverted theme, where before I had all white stuff and red fluid. This time, I mean, obviously the system is still white, but we're going to paint this red. I'm upgrading from a 120mm radiator to a 140. As you can see, we got a beautiful red one here. This is from Performance PC, which I was actually under the impression was closing down, but I guess just Frozen CPU is closing down. Performance PC is not. However, they are really low on stock or out of stock on a lot of the stuff I liked to buy to do my console mods. Stuff like this radiator. This was actually on their eBay clearance page. There's only one left as of right now. But yeah, anyway, can't really find any red frame fans that aren't, I don't know, just the style that I like. So we're going to go with a clear 140, but this has red LEDs in it. So this is essentially how it would be set up. It's going to be pretty much just like the other one, where I have the fan and radiator over here, still blowing air into our system. And then we're going to open up another package here. Go, and like I said, this one will be a budgetless build. So the other one we had the temperature display, the cheapest radiator we could find, the cheaper water block, and the pump and reservoir combo, I guess, is still cheaper than having a full pump and another reservoir. But I won't get too much into this one, but obviously I'm going to use my XSPC Xbox 360 Slim water block, which is definitely, at least when it was new, was at least double the price of the one we used in our other system. As of now, I would say it's at least triple the price, because you, like I said, can't buy them anymore. But anyway, I'm going to go with a matching reservoir. They do not sell the XSPC Ion reservoir that I used in my original build, that white one. Instead, we are going to be going with, this one is by Bits Power. Now, like I said, even though this one is budgetless, I still found this one used for about the same price as a 150mm. This is a 250, and I kind of plan on having this one across the back like that. And this will leave us a bunch of space up front. I could have it kind of like this, but it would kind of stick out both ways. My plan was to have it mounted across the back like this, and then just cut a window out here, put some red LEDs in there or something like that. So these, I mean, this is going to be set aside for a little bit. We are going to do the Eyeball Xbox first. But yeah, I'm just kind of collecting parts for this. Let's go ahead and open up another one. Actually, real quick, here are the mounts that this did come with. Now, like I said, since it is budgetless, I don't really want to use the black. So there's clear end caps, I believe, from Frozen CPU. Now, I should mention Frozen CPU, last day to make orders from their website is September 25th, which is coming up very, very shortly. As of right now, that's like 5 days away. By the time this video's up, it will probably be like 1 or 2 days left. But they have clear end caps. I'm probably going to buy one of each so both ends are clear, and then same with clear mounting points so that it'll all be red, clear, and you know, I plan on doing white fluid, but anyway. Okay, and Performance PC. Now, like I said, even though they're not closing down, we still have an issue with them not having, really anywhere, having these type of temperature displays anymore. Unlike the one we got for our budget Xbox One S. They have tons of those blue ones on Amazon and pretty much everywhere else. But I don't want to be limited to blue since they're almost out of these. I got 2 more orange ones. I have one of these in my Xbox 360 Slim water-cooled. And then I got 2 of these, which are red. These are red temperature displays. They're also very low on these. I should grab some more. The reason I got 2 red ones, as you know, we have a temperature display on the side of our budget one. I want to have 2 in the side of this one. One with a flat sensor that will be on the computer chip, and then one with an actual plug that will plug into the actual fluid. So we'll have one that measures the actual chip itself, and then one that measures the fluid, which honestly they should be pretty similar, but that'll basically take up the whole side here, 2 temperature displays. And to go along with that, and this is something I've seen on their site for quite some time now, they have this one and then they have a black one, and this is just to mount 2 temperature displays inside of. But as you can see, it's got screws, so I can take these sides off, and basically I can just use this. I can cut one big hole in the side of the Xbox, and I can also paint this red to match, or black or white, whatever I want. So it'll block that whole side, and then I can just push the temperature displays inside of that. Plus it will help block off airflow on the side, since as you know on this one and the other one, we are reversing the airflow. Instead of air coming out of the top of the system and being sucked in through the sides, we're pushing air in through the top, and I want to block that side so that it's forced to go through our power supply and across the rest of the motherboard. So yeah, the black one was like 15 bucks, but the silver one here was like $5, and there's only a few left, so that's why I got that. And that's our Performance PC stuff. We got one more package. Okay, this is all of our stuff from Frozen CPU. Plan on getting some more stuff if we can. Here we've got some UV purple O-rings for our fittings. That's actually more for this water-cooled system, just like that pump I got. That's going to be set aside for this one. And then to go along with our red Xbox One S theme, we got a couple of these Enzotech red fittings, as well as some barbs, a rotary, male-to-male rotary, the fitting, another barb, and yeah, so just 4 of these barbs. So that's what will be connected onto our reservoir and stuff here. Like I said, I was just collecting these, even though we're not going to start on that right away, but that's all going to be for that. And that's all part of this one being a non-budget one. I'm not just going to find the cheapest black or chrome fittings. I want everything to match really well on there. So, okay, so anyway, obviously big reason I was getting this stuff. Like I said, can only make orders on Frozen CPU for so much longer, so I wanted to see everything I got and make sure anything else I need I get ordered before they completely shut down. So, anyway, now that we went over all that stuff, we are going to go ahead and take this top off, let it finish curing. We're going to connect all this together, add some fluid, test it out. That's what we're going to do today. And then, like I said, we're going to do, after this video, I'm then going to put this back on once it's fully cured. And the next video for this will be the final reveal altogether. So let's go ahead and carefully remove this. As you can see, our button took the tape off of there. Looks nice and clean. And I didn't put this in all the way so that it wouldn't be a pain to take in and out until it's actually fully together. So let's go ahead and pop this off. We still need to put our barb on here, connect this up, and we're gonna fill up our system and test it all out. Okay, so we got the top taken off. I went ahead and just grabbed some random kind of spacey colored stickers there so that when you look through like this reservoir here, you'll actually see, there we go, something other than the sticker on the drive and the silver drive part there. Same with under this part, you'll kind of see a little bit, so I just put some stuff there. You probably won't see that skull, but whatever, it's there. I made sure everything is clamped with zip ties. Now the one that you will see up here, I might use a regular clamp. Pretty sure I have. Here we go. This style of clamp instead of just a zip tie with the thing cut off. Just look a little cleaner. I went ahead. I almost forgot to put all the screws back in that actually hold the motherboard in. And then I put this metal piece in that goes above the USB port. Went ahead and put our power board and Wi-Fi board back in and screwed those all in place. And other than that, everything is locked in. See here, all this stuff. This is all locked in. This is all locked in. Only thing I'm deciding on right now is if I want to put the adhesive that's going, basically it'll go across here, but on the bottom side, of course, and secure our pump to this piece here. And then, of course, part of these hoses being so short here and here, and since it's connected to the water block, which is secured, once those are in, I mean, the pump really won't go anywhere, but that adhesive will just make sure, you know, that it's all completely locked in place. I just don't know if I want to try to put the top on and then put the adhesive on, if I'll have enough room to sneak it in there, or if I want to do it now and hope I get it in the perfect spot, and that the top case will still slide over it, because as you know, you kind of have to swing it over a little bit, and I can kind of adjust this a little bit enough to make that work. So yeah, and then I can't put this on until the top is on, because unless I would have actually cut this out a little bit bigger, which I don't think that's a big deal. I also, instead of using this big heavy metal one with all these other attachments on it, I'm going to, these cubes are very light, and I think that's just gonna, I don't know, I just want to use it, it's lighter. That way it also won't want to make the pump sag on the front, because I mean the weight difference in these is massive. So unfortunately the three-way that I have is a little bit stained. You can see this is just a regular two-way fitting. The three-way is a little bit stained with purple, but hey, I mean that's kind of going to match, and that's just part of the budget build. So that's what we're going to use. Yeah, so now that all that's on, I just got to feed this through the hole in the side of the case. We're going to put our case on, and then we've got our case screws here. And that'll probably do last. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and put the adhesive on. We'll swing the top over. We'll get these hooked up, get our clamp on there, and before I do that, I'm going to make sure everything's really tight here on our screws and all that stuff. I don't know, maybe I should. I do want to kind of fill it before putting the top on so I can actually see in there and make sure nothing's leaking. I mean, I'm confident I tightened everything up really well, but because once the top's on, I can't really see if something's leaking, but I mean, you'll know right away, which is exactly why, I mean, I'm going to obviously make a video when I have this up for sale that will be linked just like any other system I've done through eBay and YouTube, where I will, one, show everything that's been done, and then show you how to fill and drain the system. And obviously part of that is not even plugging it in while you're filling the system up. That way if you spill anything, you can just let it fully dry without having power running through it. But my dilemma here, see, like this one had 4 ports on it, so I could have something out the front and the side, so I could use this one to fill and this one to drain. This one would only be out the top, so I don't know if, you know, I could have something like this over here. It'd be easy to fill, but to drain, I mean, this is a rotary, you could turn it, and I guess it would be fine. You can just tilt the whole system forward and let it slowly drain out. And as long as you're putting towels over everything, you can also undo this one a little bit to help let the fluid all come out. But that's why I also recommend distilled water. So anyway, let's go ahead and put the adhesive on, put the top on, and get this thing filled up and test it out. Alright, got our pump secured on there. Got everything connected here. Got this connected on. Wasn't really able to get this kind of clamp around here. It's a very tight space. So I did use a regular zip tie, but then I just spun it around so that the clip part's hidden. We've got this on here. This is what you can turn to drain the system out. So yeah, my only concern is that this isn't going to hold that much fluid, so we're really going to see what our temperature display shows for water. And like I said, I'm not going to sell this right away. I'm going to try to use it for a little bit and just make sure everything's good. I gotta say, I really love this paint job. I think it came out awesome. You can see the sticker through the reservoir there. You can see what I was talking about, so you don't just see the silver disk drive with the whatever stickers on there. You got a little something going on there. So we're going to go ahead and pour some distilled water in this. I think I'll probably put these screws on first just to make sure this is held down correctly. But I already tried sliding a disc in there. The buttons click, they line up. So, I'll be honest, this button... Oh no, that one works fine. Okay. But yeah, anyway, you remember, like I said, how this case had a couple little nicks right there, right here. Now, obviously, I could have tried to go over it with some kind of filler and like sanded it down, but again, budget build. Plus, I think this paint job really almost kind of helps hide these, just because you can't look away from all the flake and stuff in there. Anyway, let's go ahead and put some distilled water in, and we're just going to fire it up and make sure it pumps. And yeah. Alright, so this is my least favorite part, especially since I am out of eyedroppers, which I've been liking to use. I just ordered some more, but for now we're just going to use, I rinsed this out, and this is just distilled water. We're just going to do a tiny bit at a time, slowly pour it in, and yeah. Eyedroppers are going to be useful because I've got a lot of filling to do with this system, the Eyeball Xbox. We've got several other water-cooled builds we're doing, redoing the Slim, the PS3 Slim, all that other stuff. So, yeah, I'm going to put the camera down and just fill this up. We're just going to slowly add a little bit at a time. Got all these paper towels around here. I'll be honest, I'm terrible at this without spilling some here and there. The problem is without, I could probably take this one off for a little bit just to make sure the water flows down in there. If there's no other openings, then it's not, usually doesn't like to fill in there unless you have the system tilted. So I'm gonna do this without the camera, and then we'll film again when we've got enough water in there to at least turn it on. Okay, so you see here, all the levels up to here. My only concern is if this isn't full, or a radiator, this is going to drain really fast, so I'll just have to be ready to unplug it. I still think I might want to add maybe some kind of extension up here, just so that it's higher up, so you'll be able to, you know, not have to have the system tilted so high up just to fill it that much. It wasn't that difficult. Like I said, I recommend like an eyedropper, at least pouring it enough till it starts to fill the reservoir, and then just use an eyedropper to keep going. And I do think I'm going to use some kind of extender up here, just so that this is higher up. Like I said, it'll also be easier for draining, so that you can just turn this to the side, and it'll stick out past the system, and you can just kind of tilt it forward over a sink or something to drain it out. Obviously, part of this, you know, this is going to, I plan to sell this one, and I just want to make sure it's easy enough for somebody to fill it and drain it. Obviously, you're definitely going to want to put some paper towels under here and just kind of hold it around here, just so that if anything does spill out the side, It'll soak up in the towel instead of run down into the system. But, I mean, it is distilled water, so even if something does get on the inside, you just gotta let it dry, and it will be fine. But, yeah, alright, I'm pretty nervous, but let's go ahead and plug it in, turn it on, make sure the pump pumps, make sure it shows up on the screen and everything, and make sure we got everything plugged in right. Temperature display, both our fans, and yeah, here we go. Okay, so I was about to plug it in, and then I remembered that these systems, as soon as you plug it in, the fans turn on for a few seconds, and the pump is hooked up to the same thing, so it's going to turn on immediately. So here we go. I can't find the hole. Here we go. Here we go. And so yeah, you can see the water pumping through the air bubbles, and that's how it just turned on, you know, for a second, and then it shuts off. So that ran our reservoir down a bit, because like I said, it's filling this up. So you just kind of have to repeat this process a few times until you get enough water in there that it's not sucking any air into the pump. And as you can see, when this all turns on, even though the fans turn on immediately, these type of pumps take about 5 seconds to turn on, which is nice. So let's go ahead and plug it in one more time just to make sure we're good there. Here we go. There we go. Doesn't seem to be leaking. I'm not getting wet. Alright, so we'll fill this up a little more, and then I'll plug it into the TV and make sure, you know, actually turn the system on instead of just plugging it in like this. Alright, got some more water in there. Still got quite a bit of air up here, but we're just going to have to keep going a little bit at a time. I did go ahead and add a little extender. This is a male to male fitting, and then a female to female fitting, and then it's actually a different cap than I just had on there because I dropped the other one and I didn't want to bend down and look for it with this on my lap, so I just grabbed another one from my little tray there. So this will be nice, that way, like I said, you can, when it's to the side, it sticks out past the system, so it'll be easier to drain. And I mean, once it's full, you can just kind of have it wherever you want, whether it's straight up or whatever. But let's go ahead and cycle it some more. Alright. And we'll just repeat this a couple more times. And I'll just film once I get it mostly full. Alright guys. So you see our water level is high enough so that it's not going to suck in air. Excuse kind of the ghetto setup over here. But the time has come. Execute order 66. Here we go. Going up there. I really don't like how the camera can't pick up this fan, but I promise it looks good. Look at that. See if our temperature display is on. It is. Can't really see what it says. 24 Celsius is what we're starting at. Definitely have airflow going through out the back. So that's good. We'll let the Xbox One, I know after it's been unplugged it takes a minute to get to the main dashboard there, but let's see, our light is white, solid white, that's good. It's making the sound, no disc in there. Our sync button clicks, and there we go, it wants to do an update. So, I don't know if I'm quite ready to do that yet. We want to just kind of let it idle for a while and see what our temperature is going to go up to. I know my first water-cooled Xbox One S, it's a white and red one. I feel like it maybe got to 30, 35 Celsius max. So I'm interested to see what it will be like with a smaller reservoir and a smaller radiator. I'm sure it'll still be totally fine. And even more so, I'm excited to do the other Xbox One S with the 140 millimeter radiator and the giant reservoir. I'm sure that one will be completely overkill, but see there, everything's working pretty good. There's no water on the ground. So yeah, that's it for now. I'm sure this video is super long at this point, but yeah, just real excited about this one. We use this bright light here to show off our cool paint job, and we do have the bottom piece on there that had the raindrop effect, even though you really won't see it at all because this system isn't meant to go sideways or anything. But yeah, that's it guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video where we keep working on more water-cooled builds.